Kingston Western Police probing shooting death of 16-year-old girl at her home. The Kingston Western Police are probing the shooting death of a 16-year-old girl at her home on Albion Avenue, Kingston 5. Dead is Bianca Thompson. Reports from the Denhamton Police are that about 11:22 p.m., lawmen were summoned to the county by persons who reportedly hearing explosions. Upon the arrival of the lawmen, Bianca was found lying in the bedroom with several gunshot wounds. She was taken to hospital, however, she was pronounced dead upon arrival. Investigators are appealing to anyone with information that can assist them in their probe to contact the Denhamton Criminal Investigations Branch at 876-948-6443, Crime Stop at 311 or the nearest police station. Man shot and killed outside St. Andrew nightclub. An investigation has been launched into the murder of a man and the injury of another outside a corporate area nightclub on Saturday morning. The deceased has been identified as Cashon Young, 26 years old, of Hope Avenue, Lawn Settlement in Manchester. He was shot and killed along Constant Spring Road in St. Andrew. It is reported that about 2:30 a.m., Young had just parked his motor vehicle outside the club when he was pounced upon by two armed men. He was chased by his attackers who shot him repeatedly. A 76-year-old man also sustained gunshot injuries to his hand. A police team responded to the reports of explosions heard and assisted the injured persons to the hospital, where Young was pronounced dead and the other man treated. Body believed to be that of missing Saint Anne farmer found in sinkhole. Firefighters returned Sunday to retrieve a body found in sinkhole in York Castle District, St. Anne. Despite several attempts on Saturday, the firemen were unable to bring the body up from the sinkhole, in which it was found by residents and police, who launched a search for the missing man. The body is believed to be that of 60-year-old Robert Nelson, a farmer from the district. Nelson, the police said, was reportedly last seen alive around 6 p.m. on Monday, February 19, 2024, at a shop in the community, and told persons that he was going to his farm. On Saturday morning, around 11:45, a party consisting of police and 15 residents commenced a search for Nelson on his farm and came upon a sinkhole with a full odor. Vultures were reportedly flying nearby. A pair of brown shoes near the sinkhole is believed to be Nelson's property, the police stated. Lawmen suspected Nelson's body might be in the sinkhole, contacted the Ocherest Fire Department for assistance. Upon arrival at the location, several firefighters descended the hole. They reported that they saw a human body lying face down, clad in a red merino, plaid underpants, and black shorts, about 100 feet in the sinkhole. The firefighters experienced difficulty in retrieving the body from the sinkhole and made arrangements to resume the effort on Sunday. It has not yet been confirmed if the body is that of Nelson. A missing person report for Nelson was made to the Claremont Police Station around 7:40 a.m. on Thursday, February 22, 2024. Tire repairman and murder rob get $800,000 bail. A 31-year-old tire repairman who was charged with murder following the death of a man at a football field was granted bail in the sum of $800,000 in the St. James Parish Court on Wednesday. Upler Ebanks of Bottom Road in Orange, St. James, is charged with the murder of 40-year-old Santino Plummer, a labourer of Lilliput in the parish. It is claimed that Ebanks intervened in a dispute between Plummer and a woman who is said to be Ebanks' partner and used a stone to fatally strike Plummer. The prosecution has opposed bail, claiming that Ebanks posed a flight risk because he fled the scene after the incident. However, the accused man's lawyer, Jermaine Campbell, told the court that it was clear from the allegations that it was self-defense. He cited the girlfriend's statement in which she stated that Ebanks had merely been trying to help her. The lawyer also noted that his client was taken into custody on the same night of the incident as opposed to being caught during a police manhunt. The circumstances under which he was apprehended were in his favor. He was on the way to the police station with the female he was trying to defend, Campbell said. However, the clerk of court referred section of the statement on a file given by Ebanks' girlfriend, which contradicted the defense argument. When my boyfriend Ebanks came, he had a big stone in his hand, and the two of them argued. My boyfriend took the stone and hit him twice in the head, and he staggered and fell to the ground. My boyfriend took up another stone and stood over him and hit him in the head with it, and then he took up another stone and dropped it in his head, the clerk read aloud. Another section of the statement referred indicated that Ebanks intended to flee the scene. When we were at the shop at the bar ground, we saw the blue light on the police car flashing and approaching us, so my boyfriend Ebanks and I started to run, and we ran until we reached the Water Commission, and the police caught us right there and carried us to the station, the clerk continued. At that point, Campbell requested that the conditions be imposed if his clients were granted bail. Presiding Judge Sasha Marie Smith Ashley then offered Ebanks bail in the amount of $800,000 with up to 2 sureties and ordered him to report to a specific police station on specific days of the week. He was also ordered to surrender his travel documents, and a stop order will be placed at all ports. Ebanks is to return to court on April 18. It was reported that on July 14 at about 11:30 p.m., Plummer went to the area to conduct a business transaction when an argument developed with a woman and Ebanks intervened. The quarrel between the two men became physical, and it is alleged that Ebanks used a stone to strike Plummer. The police were alerted, and on their arrival, Plummer was seen lying face down in blood with an injury to the head. Ebanks, who was seen running from the scene, was chased and held by the police. $37 million fire at Mona Heights Primary. A fire at Mona Heights Primary School in St. Andrew early last Thursday morning damaged 3 classrooms and a storeroom. A preliminary estimate has put the loss as $37 million, according to Principal Alex Hepburn. Hepburn told reporters on Saturday that the fire is suspected to have been starting sometime after 3:30 a.m. in the storeroom and spread to the Grade 1 block where 3 classrooms are affected. The cause of the fire has not yet been determined. We have lost our storeroom, we lost our smoothie bar, we lost 2 classrooms, and 1 classroom was minimally damaged. We also lost 6 refrigerators and a number of other small items. We purchased over $1 million worth of food items from the canteen and the tuck shop for the following week, which all went up in flames, he noted. Books, tables, chairs, and other educational materials inside the classrooms were also destroyed in the fire. The room least affected was filled with smoke, which stained the roof and walls. Hepburn explained that while the damage is minimal, the classroom will be closed to prevent any potential impact on students with asthma. Mona Heights Primary has a student population of more than 1,100. Of that number, 400 will be impacted by the fire. The principal explained that the damage means that the school has inadequate food supply to feed the entire school body. As such, students in grades 1 and 2 will transition to online learning until a long-term solution is in place. He said that after receiving the phone call about the fire, he contacted the Ministry of Education, which was very responsive. The ministry has given us 100% support. We met with the regional director, and at all levels they have provided support for us. The building officers have come in already and done their assessments. I have already begun getting chairs for the children, so we are now looking at short-term, putting a tent or tents in at least 2 classrooms, he noted. The school has also received help to replenish its food supply. Arguments done. Attorneys in the Everton Beachy Stout McDonald and Oscar Barnes murder trial completed, giving their closing arguments in the case on Friday in the Home Circuit Court in Kingston, paving the way for Justice Chester Stamp to begin his submission, which will start on Tuesday. McDonald and Barnes are on trial for the July 2020 murder of Tony McDonald, who was the second wife of McDonald. She was killed on the main road in Sherwood Forest in Portland, receiving multiple stab wounds and her body burnt. The Toyota motor car she was driving was also torched. Ernest Davis, the attorney, who gave the closing arguments on behalf of Barnes, told the 7-member jury that the main witness, Denver Lynn Minto, told the court many lies, even about the deceased Tonya. According to Davis, his client was in no way involved in the killing of Tonya and accused the lead detective in the case of concording evidence with Barnes. Bubba admitted that he lied at the last 3 times. Bubba lied so much that after he gave the statement, not even the detective believed him, Davis said, adding that another big problem in the case was the issue of identification. It was revealed earlier in the trial that Barnes was never taken on an identification parade after being arrested. The police also did not find any incriminating material when they searched his house and also found nothing incriminating otherwise. Davis reiterated that there was no physical evidence linking Barnes to the crime, stating that he was put on trial based on the testimony of a liar and based on the alleged statement, the detective said Barnes gave to him, even after being cautioned that he was not obliged to give any statement without his attorney being present. Despite the detective sergeant's claim, Barnes did not sign to the alleged statement, and witnesses were present at the time did not prepare a statement which could corroborate the claims of the lead investigator that certain utterances were actually made. Davis sought to convince the jury that Barnes was not at the murder scene at any point, which would explain why the police found nothing to tie him to the killing. Even the matter in which Minto claimed Barnes killed Tonya, Davis said, was unbelievable because it would require greater strength than that Barnes possessed. Davis said it was Minto who was solely responsible for Tonya's murder, alluding to the fact that even the way he described the inflicting of the wounds, in which seemed to be like an act personally carried out. The attorney made the point on that each part of her body where Minto said she was stabbed was confirmed by the autopsy report. Minto admitted in court that he had blood all over his shirt after the murder. He explained, for this was that he got emotional when he realized Tonya, a woman he claimed to have a sexual relationship with, was dead. He said he cried and hugged her while she laid on the ground lifeless, and that was how his shirt got blood on it, he had testified. Davis on Friday appealed to the jury to disregard that story. Minto is currently serving 19 years, 10 months prison sentence for his role in the murder after he confessed to being only the contractor. He said McDonald gave him $3 million contract to kill Tonya, but he subcontracted the hit to Barnes, who was a stranger to him. He claimed that it was Barnes who murdered the woman all by himself. He took a plea deal with prosecutors and agreed to give evidence against McDonald and Barnes. Christopher Townsend, one of the 5 attorneys representing McDonald, told the jury earlier this week to consider that in just a few years Minto would be out of prison and would be stopping with them at a shopping mall upon release, based on the evidence he gave, even after playing such a major role in the killing. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.